Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get started into the AirPods review, if that's what you want to call it, I wanted to say something real quick. I want to do things a little bit different. Obviously, we're in a new location. This is my downstairs office, and this is primarily where I'm going to be filming videos. But as far as the content goes, I feel like it wasn't really authentically me. I didn't feel like I was necessarily talking to you. I felt like I was imitating other tech people on YouTube, and I don't necessarily like that. You may know the quote, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but that's not the full quote. It's actually, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. I felt like I was imitating and I wasn't becoming my greatest self. I want to make these videos like I'm talking to you, my friends, or like a family member. And I didn't feel like I was doing that. I felt like I was just imitating the next tech person on YouTube. So starting now, I want to be my authentic self. I want to talk to you as I would my dad, my brother, my sister, who's asking questions about these very things, and say to you exactly what I would say to them if we were sitting down at the dinner table and they said, hey Jared, what do you think about the AirPods Pro? So going forward, that's exactly what I want to do. Now, I'm not saying that what I was saying earlier wasn't honest. It was just the way that I was saying it. I didn't necessarily like it as much as I would this. So we're in a new room. We have a new setup. Hopefully we have some new videos that are great and just feel a little bit more authentic, like I'm talking to you as a friend. With that being said, let's get started. Today's video is what I think about the AirPods Pro. They've been out for a while now, and I had the first generation AirPods. I didn't have the wireless charging case, but I had the first generation, and then I upgraded to this as soon as it came out. I made a video about me unboxing it, but there was something wrong with the footage. I think the audio didn't work. It didn't look good, and I think the only thing that I got was the overhead shot of me unboxing it. So I'm gonna put some clips in there now. The AirPods Pro come with new technology like active noise cancellation, transparency mode, adaptive EQ, IPX4 sweat and water resistance, a wireless charging case, Bluetooth 5.0, up to 4.5 hours of listening time with a single charge, and that's 5 hours with active noise cancellation and transparency mode off. With the charging case, you have more than 24 hours of listening time and more than 18 hours of talk time just by popping them back in and letting them charge. 5 minutes in the case provides about 1 hour of listening or 1 hour of talk time. It was right before we went on our trip to Mexico. The night we were packing, I was really hoping I would get these, and I did, and I tested them. I opened them up. Immediately they paired to my phone. I had the options that I could pair to my phone and got the familiar sound, the bling ding sound that you get when they pair to your phone. It was incredibly easy to pair these to my phone, just like the original AirPods did. Cancellation. I've been saying that wrong. It's cancellation. It's cancellation, Jared. Jeepers. Now, when I played music with the noise canceling on in this room, I wasn't that impressed. I didn't think, well, this is amazing. This is just fine. Like, it's okay. It's playing music and it sounds decent. The seal is nice. It feels comfortable, more comfortable than the other AirPods did previously. So I was initially kind of bummed. And then I went upstairs and I was showing Ellie, and then I was talking to her and I didn't hear her. And I said, Ellie, I'm trying to talk to you. I want to tell you about these AirPods. And I couldn't hear her talk. And it was then that I had the music playing when I was talking to Ellie that I knew, holy cow, these are amazing. These actually surprised me how good the noise canceling was. The reason why it didn't work before is because there was no noise to cancel around me. I then took them on the airplane on our trip, and I was blown away. For something so small, the noise canceling was really impressive. And then you just hold it down one here, and then you have what's called transparency mode. You can hear the things around you. So I was able to talk to Ellie without sounding too loud, and then I could switch back to noise canceling, and I wouldn't have to worry about the noises around me. I'm looking in my viewfinder. I have the AirPods in. It sounds kind of funny, but I have the transparency mode on, so I can hear everything around me just fine. They are sweat resistant up to IPX4, so it's good for jogging and running in light rain or sweat, so you don't have to worry too much about that. These are gonna stay in better shaking your head around, they're not gonna fall out like the original AirPods may have done. Now, if they don't fit exactly the way you want, there are different sizes of rubber tips that you can put in if you have smaller or larger ears. I'm currently wearing the medium, and on the iPhone test, I got a good seal, so it worked just fine. The other nice thing about the AirPods Pro is you have more controls in your ears. You can hold it down to switch between noise cancellation and transparency. You can push it once to play, pause, or answer a phone call, press it twice to skip a song forward, and press it 3 times to skip a song backwards. They do look a little funky, but I do like that the stem is a little bit shorter than the original AirPods. While that may make it harder to find if you lose them, they're not as conspicuous when you have them in your ears. So I do like the overall design. The case is a little bit wider. It's about, taking the original AirPods case and basically just turning it on its side. That gives you a good idea of how big they might be. And then they just plop right in like that. I like how they're magnetized. That feels good. It's very snappy. It's very satisfying when you put them in and close them to charge. And these AirPods are going to run you $249. But wait! You can also get a free engraving if you want. I've never been one to engrave anything. I think I had an iPod Nano that had an engraving on it that says Jared's iPod. That was back when I was in high school. But paying $249 gets you that free engraving on your AirPods. So I've given you the tech specs of the AirPods Pro. The question now is it worth it? If you have AirPods already, if you don't have any, is it worth it to pay the $249 to get these? I've been thinking about this. I really enjoy them. I use them quite a bit, especially when I'm traveling. For me, yes, absolutely, it was worth it to me. And I have the first generation AirPods. Going to this with a better seal, the same battery life, more features, the transparency mode, and the active noise cancellation. That for me was worth the justification of the $249. And I think one of the big reasons why it's worth it to me is because the Apple ecosystem, and you've probably heard that and you're like, what the heck is that? It's basically the slew of products that Apple has that work together pretty seamlessly. The AirPods work very seamlessly. I will switch between my phone, my laptop, my iMac, and my Apple TV. One thing that you may not know is that you can use these with your Apple TV and have just your sound go into your AirPods so you're not disturbing the other people around you. So if you're in your bedroom, you can watch a show without waking up your spouse if they don't get woken up by the brightness of the TV. But yeah, those are the things that I like about it. In fact, I was just upstairs before working on this video. I had my laptop next to me working on one thing, and I had my computer, my desktop, doing something else, and I had to switch between them. And then I had a phone call, and I had my AirPods in, and I switched to that. So being able to transition between those pretty seamlessly and quick, I think is one of the reasons why I enjoy these a lot, is because it works really well in the Apple ecosystem. Android may not fare that well with it. They still will work, but not to the extent that they do with Apple products. I was talking to my brother about this, and he got them too. And one of the reasons that he got them was for commuting. He commutes by subway, and it can be very loud when he's listening to music, a podcast, or anything like that. With the original AirPods or other headphones that don't have active noise cancellation, you have to turn the volume up really loud in order to hear what you want and drown out everything else. So in terms of ear safety, I feel like it's worth it. When I was on the airplane, I was sitting right next to the jet, and turning on the noise cancellation, that helped a lot. I wasn't distracted, it didn't bother me. I did hear a little hum, and I want to give you a little sample of what, the best I can do with editing, what it might sound like, just my voice in the background, what it sounds like right now with active noise cancellation on, and going into transparency mode. It's a little mechanical sounding, there's a little electronic sound there, but overall it sounds really good. Now, if this is going to help people make their ears last longer, that's a huge plus to me, and that's something I didn't think about until I was on the airplane, until I talked to my brother about commuting. So here's my thoughts on it. If you have a long commute, if you have a commute on a subway or a bus or a train where you need to be able to hear the announcements, but also want to have quiet, I think these are definitely worth it. Now, you may have some other headphones already that have noise cancellation. Those might be great, and you might just continue to use those. If you're looking to get something new, that's where I definitely recommend these. They're small, they can fit in your pocket, the battery life is good. I've never had a complaint about my battery life. I know a lot of people have had their AirPods for a couple years and they're having a hard time holding the charge. I haven't had that issue yet with my AirPods, and I've used them quite a bit. Battery life is not an issue for me. The noise canceling and transparency mode I feel like is good, is great. Scratch that, I think it's great. I've used a couple other in-ear headphones that have had similar features to this, and I don't think they do it as well as Apple does. Are there better sounding headphones? Yes. Do they cost more? Yeah, most of them will cost a little bit more because they're bigger, they're over the ear. I have some Bose Quiet Comfort 30, 35. Those are good, but I can't put my head down on a pillow when I'm traveling on an airplane with those on because it's more uncomfortable. So in that situation, I would use these. There's different scenarios where these would outperform better headphones. There's also scenarios where these would be underperformed by cheaper headphones. But all in all, I recommend these, I enjoy them, and I think you will too. So my question to you guys, do you have the AirPods Pro? Do you like them? What are your thoughts on the transparency mode, the active noise cancellation? If you have other recommendation of headphones, I'd love to hear them down below. I'm sure there are some thoughts and opinions that I missed in this, so let me know in the comments down below what you think too. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm hoping this video brings in a great change to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of videos planned that I'm very excited for, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.